What's going on, folks? You know, I spent a lot of time this week watching a lot of social media and looking at all of the developing enlightenment and awakening going on social media at this current moment in time. Very important. It's beautiful and it's tragic at the same time, and I'll explain in a minute. Because I let a couple of days go by and didn't really bother with messing around. I've been trying to figure out some things, been talking to God a lot. And, you know, I hadn't been to our regular spot, you know, our typical spot that we meet up and talk about serious things. But I've been talking to him all week, here and there on the go. And we're going to get back to that because I'm going to get to the spot as soon as I get a chance. I'm going to make it to this spot and we're going to talk about some further this conversation. But he gave me word, like he said he would, and days have passed and there was something specific that he told me he would do that we discussed, and he did it specifically exactly the way that, you know, so I know that this particular message is what he wanted me to deliver today specifically. Notice how I use that word because of the special nature of how he delivered, you know, the word to me to give you this message. So, you know, let's talk a lot about what's going on. Social media awakening. People talking about, a lot of folks talking about waking up. You see a lot of stuff going on. You see a lot of demoniacs. And everywhere I look, I'm lately seeing this. Had a few conversations, and I'm going to try to break this down. I don't know how much time I have to talk, but I'm going to try to break this down, and then I'll have to follow this up with several other videos if necessary. But, you know, it started out with a conversation with someone I had in the store. And, you know, we were standing around, everyone had a mask on, and the person was saying, you know, that it was crazy. And they hadn't really thought about or processed how this had never happened before. And, you know, there was a lot of stuff they were talking about in this conversation. The coinage shortage, so-called, and the vaccines and all of this stuff. They were talking about a whole lot of stuff. But they didn't tie all of these things together. They also brought up politics because, remember, the leadership of the day is who's deciding certain things and when they're going to be implemented. A lot of you are asleep like that person because they weren't putting it together. They're looking at all of this stuff. A lot of it's in your doctrines. You talk about it and watch it play out, and you don't seem to respond to that. You don't seem that there's a sense of urgency for you to take action. But what is that urgency? The urgency is saving your souls, folks. Connecting with the Most High God, Source, Creator. Vishnu, folks. I said his name, Vishnu. He has many names. A lot to talk about here. A lot of you guys call him whatever you call him in your specific cultures. Remember, this is a world society. And there's, you know, if I'm standing here in the great sun's light, then someone on the other side of Mama Earth's holding is standing in the light of the moon goddess. But they're here with me right now, folks. And all of this is relative because it's about the reckoning, about saving yourselves. So the person was not equating the fact that all of this stuff is being implemented at the same time. And, you know, they lived their whole life much older than me, had never seen this day come, and it's here. So they're watching food shortages. They're watching weather conditions. They're watching, you know, massive swarms of locusts destroy things. They're looking at all types of economy. They're looking at all of this stuff crash before their eyes. And they're standing there with a mask, and they're just looking at all of it and trying to process it, not equating, not having coinage at that moment and laughing about that, but not putting it together that all of this is implemented for that bigger thing. See, when you're dealing with mad scientists who have already effectively fucked themselves up, they see no problem with fucking you up because they don't value you as an individual with free will. And that's what this is about on a bigger level, bigger fight. About your free will being violated, about someone trying to steal your soul. When the Most High is present in all things, in all moments, and governs all moments. Every day, all day, anytime, every time, all the time. You understand? He is great on that level, folks. He is holding your lives. But the fucking demons and fools are ignorant. This is why they're in the lower energies, because they're so fucking stupid. where they're going to stand in Mama Earth's hand and they're going to put their dukes up and do what? Get their fucking head smashed in? And you're going to watch this play out, folks. In all types of ways, people talk about what the doctrines are and what they're doing and who's saying what and who's right and who's not going to be delivered, when I told you it's not about your flesh bodies, because this is about higher energy and what's behind your bodies. It's what you're saving. You're saving you who's always existed, who's always been a portion of the source creator's hand, folks. Life. He holds the life. He gets the praise. You understand? A lot of you have talked, and I'm going to quote somebody that I heard someone say something that caught my attention on social media. I had to write it down because I want to speak on this. And this person had, previously just spoke of the sun and had mentioned something about sun worship was demonic behavior or something, or said that was devil worship. Now, what I want you to understand is that the heavens do duties, folks. They are his extensions. He is them, folks. So when you give them worship, they don't respond to you. They're not going to say anything to you. They're not going to effectively do anything on one way or another. When you do this, right, they're not going to do that. And so what I'm saying to you is that they're going to do what they do. I gave you that example many videos ago about drinking chicken blood in the moonlight or whatever. The moon goddess is bearing witness to your foolishness, and she's doing her duty. She doesn't do it for you, though. She's not responding to you. Because in real reality, you're doing this before the Most High, because he is her. He is the great son, folks. Actually, know him personally, folks. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that when people, humans, the fucking fools, the very fools I'm discussing right now, who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, who think they're demons in the sky, who fucking don't know that all of the devils are running their society, who are all the same coin, who all of these ignorant people who don't know anything much. And it's not really about me knowing more than you. It's just about you not using that thing between your ears, folks. Right? So you get into all types of things because you're being misled. But let me read this real quick. The person was saying that. Remember, moments before they had mentioned something about, people worshiping the sun were demonic. No, those people are ignorant. They should honor the sun, but they should give praise to the Most High. Let me school y'all. But this person doesn't understand, and the people who are doing it, giving the sun praise, do not understand that he requires you to give praise to the Most High. This is why he's doing duty for you. This is why he's giving you sunlight. Because the Most High, he's doing duty for him. This is his payment. You don't praise him. You water the tree by giving praise to the Most High. They are the branches and they get the water when you give the Most High praise. He is greater than all things, folks. They are in his service, just like me. And they're my family. I love you. Honor fam. But this person said that, and then later on in their discussion, this is what they said, and I'm going to quote this. This is not quote. That they were talking about the enemies of society who are doing all this demoniac behavior on man. It's himself, the victims, or who are plaguing the victims. They're talking about those elite people. But anyway, they said, these people want to find a way to walk in the sun, but we are of the sun, is what they said. And so, if you're to say that you're from the sun, then you believe that the sun is real, right? But you're all children of the Most High, source creator God of the universe, who holds all life in the universe, folks. And I'm trying to show you how that person didn't even realize that in one breath they were demonizing the great son, whom is my great friend and mentor. Love you, Vic. Demonize the great son on one hand, and then in a few minutes later they're stating to be children of the sun. So all of you have it twisted on some level. So I've been talking to the Most High about this because I keep hearing one side say this and one side say that. And I told y'all, he came to me and manifested in physical dynamic for me to get this, because he understands that I'm going to be inundated with all of this information from man. But man has not been here from day one. Man is not a day oneer, folks. And surely as this ground I'm standing on, the stuff I'm telling you is true, because I know the ground you're standing on, literally, folks. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So this is about your souls, folks. This is about you knowing the truth. Now, I'm going to do something special today because I told you the Most High gave me word specifically to do something today that I'm going to do that I haven't previously done or haven't done in a while, but this one is going to have a little twist to it. The reason why I give you examples, because I understand you're inundated with all this information and you need someone who's really giving you the leadership to show you God so you can go in that direction. And I'll educate you and school you on these things because the new society is coming. And there's a place for us all, folks. You will see my face again, so this is all very important. Okay? But I want you to just process all of the stuff that you've heard. And I'm going to dispel those things today and show you that the Most High God, whom I serve, whom the heavens serve, whom make your heir and do duties for you. And you guys don't put that together and think about the greatness of all of these things. Relative to your boot camp experience to learn, to elevate, right? To move into those higher echelons of existence, folks, and remain there and not come back to this boot camp to feel the pain and physical stress in a suit. You understand? So it's not about your skin colors, because skin colors don't really exist, folks. It's about your vibration, your vibrational imprint is what I'm saying. That is what I'm talking about that vibration. There are special people who have a certain type of heart. Those are the people who will see the new day. Those of you who are selfish and who are self-serving and, misleading and conniving and all of that bullshit that's given us this pain, you will fucking be done away with. Now, the point of me giving you this example, because I'm going to give you this one more example. All of the other things have been issuances of current to stress points. I told you, and there will be more of these. But this will be the last technical example that I will give you, and it will be